Today we're going to go into Shoot Kol Eliyahu. Kol Eliyahu is Rav Mordechai Eliyahu, alav shalom. So in the chapter that is dedicated to Shabbat, which is Perek Yud Zayin, She'ela Aleph, it's a response that he has. He says he answers the following regarding opening cans, let's say tuna cans, sardine cans, stuff like that on Shabbat. And he says, Be'avar haya asur, in the olden days, it would have been impossible to open cans on Shabbat. Why? Mishum she'acharei rikun ha'techula, after emptying the content of the can, hayu mishtamshim b'kufsaot harekot le'achsen chafatzim ktanim. They used to use those tin cans to store and to hold little things. As we say, screws, nuts, bolts, stuff like that. Vayu malchimim lahem yadiot, and they used to weld little handles to that, and they would use it. Yeah, all it is just make like a little dot with a welder. I always want to get a welder. He says, however, kayom hametziut mishtana. Today, reality is that we don't do this anymore. Vezorkim et hakufsaot, and they throw those tin cans. Lachen, therefore, mutar. You're allowed to open those cans on Shabbat. Omnam, however, there are those who say that after you open, for example, the tin can, you need to remove and transfer all the content of the can to another vessel. But it says it's not the din. You don't have to do so. If you want to do it, b'chavod, do it. Gesundheit, tieh bari, God bless you. But you don't have to do it. You can open it because it's not the thing. However, if there is something that you would keep, let's say for example, there is a bottle of tequila, something azul, I don't know, something like that. It's a very interesting bottle. It's made out of ceramic, white ceramic with blue flower, blue whatever, something on it. So I've seen people that actually save those bottles and they use it as a base for a nightlight. They drill a hole, they put the wire through, they put the base for the light bulb, and they put a thing on top, and it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. So if you're going to drink it, or you're going to open this thing because it's closed with the seal and this whole entire thing. So you open it on Shabbat, and then you're going to drink the whole entire thing, and then you're not going to throw it, you're going to keep it. Now you cannot open it on Shabbat. But nobody keeps those bottles, everybody throws them away. That's not a problem. And I don't think anybody finishes a whole bottle of tequila over Shabbat. I don't know, whatever. So now we're talking about opening what is so-called asiyat petach yafeh, opening, making a nice opening to an item on Shabbat, whether it's going to be, a can or a soda can or a tuna can, or opening even a chips thing in a nice fashion. We said that yesterday we spoke about it. We said you're allowed to open in a destructive manner. In other words, in something that is not going to be make a hole, puncture a hole, open it, rip it, and so on and so on. It could not be used. So today we're going to talk like this. The Gemara in Masechet Shabbat, Daf Kuf Mem Vav Amud Aleph, says the following: Shover Adam et Achavit. We said it before. A person can break the barrel. Shover et Achavit le'chol himena grogrot. You are allowed to open it to break the seal of the barrel in order to eat the dry figs inside. In a condition, bilvad shelo yitkaven la'asot kli, that your intent is not to make it into a vessel. In other words, open it in a nice way that you could reuse it again. The Shulchan Aruch in Orach Chaim Siman Shin Yud Dalet says the following: Chavit shenishbera, a barrel that broke, v'dibek shvarei bazafet, and you held back the barrel together with tar, Yochol leshovra, you allowed to break it, kedei likach ma shebetocha, in order to take whatever is inside. Ubilvad, in a condition, שלא יתכוון לנוקבה נקד יפה, שיהיה לה לפתח. In other words, don't make a hole in the barrel so you can put your spout inside and then open it, so it's going to be nice and clean, because then if you do so, it's called tikkun mana, making a kli, and that you cannot do on Shabbat. Avner, Panimai. In Shut Minchat Shlomo says the following, the Rav Shlomo Zalman. ואף שבגרוגרות אסור לעשות פתח יפה, and even though when he talks about barrels with dried figs inside, you are not allowed to make a nice opening. היינו משום דחשיב, משום שעושה כן כלי להשתמש בו גם אחר כך. Because you open it in a way that you could use that barrel or that utensil again. מה שאין כן בנדון דידן, which is not the case in today's day and age and what we're dealing with, הרי אינו טורח כלל בעשרה. It's not a big hassle to open a can. וגם הכל יודעים, and everybody knows, שהפחית נזרקת לפח. You take this can when you're done, you throw it in the garbage. ולכן, and therefore, מסתבר בזה התמוצים, שבזה מסיר הלשונית, when you're removing that little, whatever, how do you call this thing for the can?
Lid,
not the lid. That little lip over there that the ring with the thing, when you open the...
Beer or something.
Yeah, the Coca-Cola thing or whatever it is.
Yeah, what is it?
Even though it looks nice, chashiv ke'oseh nekev ragil, it will be considered like you're making a regular hole, ve'lo ke'mechatech ve'oseh kli, and not cutting like making a vessel, or keshe'oseh petach yafeh, or when you're making a nice hole. Even though it looks like this, but it's not, because the whole intent is, lema'aseh, the truth of the matter is that it is a perfect opening. But it's only become an issue of a perfect opening when the intent was to use that receptacle, that kli, later on for something else. Since you throw it away, it's like I'm making a regular hole, it's not a problem. That's what Rav Zalman.
And this is different. This is different from the case in Shulchan Aruch. Why was it?
Because the case in the Shulchan Aruch, Rav Zalman explains that the intent was to use it afterwards. I'm being very careful to open the barrel in a way that it's not going to be destructive, so I can open it and use it for something else once I'm done with the stuff inside.
Okay. And with the case in Shulchan Aruch, was that Chavit Mustake?
No, but in Shulchan Aruch, again, the Shulchan Aruch says that it talks about Chavit Mustake. חבית שנשברה בזפת and so on and so forth, יכול לקחת מה בשטוחה. Even in a case like this, the Shulchan Aruch is machmir not to make a nekev. It means that it's still held together in a temporary way, but the intent was to reuse it later on. In other words, I'm not going to completely throw it away. Now, let me just read to you what he says over there beforehand. However, over there in Orach Chaim Shin Yudal also Aleph, when he talks about En binyan ustera bekelim, hanemili be'eno binyan mamash, and therefore, if the chavit is shlema, asur leshovra afilu binyan she'eno osekli. So when Maran talks about opening it, Maran talks about a regular, what we call chavit de mustaki, a barrel that was that is meant to be thrown away afterwards. Then he is allowed to make a nice opening, to make an opening, not a nice opening, but a nice opening is asur because I'm going to use it for again tomorrow. But chavit shlema, there is a whole chavit, he is also asur to open bichlal, afilu bederech shbira. That's what Maran is machmir on that. Rav Ovadia in Yechaveh Da'at doesn't agree with this, but he's more machmir. תיקח, תביא אורח חיים. איפה זה? תביא אורח חיים. תסתכל פה, הנה, קח את המשנה ברורה. שין י"ד א'. Now, on that, so before we spoke about Kol Eliyahu from Rav Mordechai, we spoke about the tuna cans, sardine cans, etc. All the other stuff. Now, Rav Mordechai is going to talk about Coca-Cola cans. He writes the following: Mutar liftoach kufsaot shemurim. You're allowed to open cans shemechubar alehem potchan. Let's say, for example, before I would take the tuna can, and then open it with a thing like this. Now he's talking about the one that you pull it out and you open it like that. It says, Omnam lichora, the truth of the matter is, medubar beptichat petach yafeh. It's a nice opening. It's perfect. It's already made like this. Which kind of opening is going to be asur b'Shabbat? Ach be'emet nechshav kepatuach kvar. According to Rav Mordechai, since it was made like this, it's considered as if it was open already. וגם פתח זה אינו יפה כל כך. It's not so perfect because you could still cut your hands on it. ולכן, and therefore, אין בזה בעיה. That's not a problem. However, in a condition that you're not looking to make it, because you just want to take the stuff inside. But if you have a different intention to make it perfect, because I'm going to show you now, that's going to be a problem to open. So according to Rav Mordechai, which is very interesting, he says since it was made in an intent to open it through this thing, it's considered to be as if it is open already. That's what Rav Mordechai writes. However, even if and he says it's not so perfect because I can cut my hands on it. זה לא נחשב יפה. יפה means it's nice. So it's a little rough like this. So that's why you're right. I kind of lean more, who am I to say, but I kind of lean more with the fact that it's, even though it was cool, I like those things, that's why I like Eruv and all these things. Like, you have a wire, and it's basically like a wall, like the whole lavud business and so on. So here it is closed, but it is like it is open. Yes?
So, if that's the case, therefore Rav Mordechai would allow in a situation where the person would use the kli again, because this is considered open. There's no need down to making kli.
Yes, but it says that since it breaks his tshuva, but the regilut is really to throw it away. So to open it like this, when I'm allowed to open it when it's not bederech yafa. In other words, like let's say I have a tuna can and I'm opening, or the sardine can, I'm opening with an opener. So that's bederech hashchata, so now I'm throwing it away.
Right.
However, the same can, when I'm opening the petach yafeh, it's considered like it's open. Yeah, and you have to admit that they're not the same, they're not made the same way. They're not made the same way. One is completely sealed and you could, the other one, if you press hard with your fingers, it will break.
But it's better to use the can opener, because it doesn't have a perfect opening.
Yeah, but according to Rav Mordechai, you can rely, if you want, you could rely on Rav Mordechai, and because Rav Mordechai says that, hey, listen, that's okay. It's considered as if it was open already.
If it was closed.
Yeah, it was made, this whole closure that it's closed now, it's temporary.
Also all cans are made to be open, not all cans are made
You're right, so now since we take it and we're not keeping them, it makes it even easier. According to Rav Ovadia said in Yabia Omer, he said there's another inyan in this. You are telling me that it's mechatech and that I'm making a kli, but it was a kli already. It was holding something inside, right? It was already holding something inside. But to answer or to kashya on that, yes, you're right. But the Shulchan Aruch does talk about a barrel that's something inside. It was a kli beforehand. And it's still asur is to open it. And if it was complete, if it was a complete thing, so how do you Maran says even in the destructive manner you can open it. So how can you metaretz that? So the answer would be very simple. It's different, because here I'm taking the can and I'm going to throw it away. Since it's throwing away, as it said like this, it's considered to be as it was open already. It's like it's not to be, it's not supposed to be. It's considered to be. Like Rav Zalman says, it's going to be temporary. The fact that it's not meant to be, there's no intention for me to use it whatsoever. So therefore, I'm allowed to open it, and because it's considered to be like chavita mustaki. So basically, even though it is a closed can, it halachically will be considered as something that is held there temporary, not for a long time. Or no, I would not use it again. Yes.
Is this specifically only to the pull tab type ones and not everything else?
No, in the other ones, not the pull tab, the ones that are regular cans, you're allowed to open in a destructive manner.
But I'm saying the normal fashion he only holds for the pull tabs. Anything else has to be in a destructive fashion.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
If there's still substance or anything inside that can, you would not be allowed to.
Yeah, that's right. That's why. Even though Rav Mordechai says no, if you open it and it's and I didn't finish everything, I could technically still leave it inside. However, not everybody agrees with that. I open it. If there's anything left over, so put it away. Put it to the side.
Can you add more stuff into that?
No, then that will be worse.
That would be 100%.
That will be worse. Adding stuff inside will be worse.
What if there's leftovers? You put in the back.
So put it in a container, or just finish it, Questions on the matter, Rabotai? No questions? Okay. So let's just summarize it. So Rav Zalman Auerbach and Rav Mordechai Eliyahu were kind of, somewhat disagreeing with each other on removing the tab, if it's considered to be, opening or not. Each one used a different reason why I'm allowed to open, why I'm not allowed to open, and so on and so forth. And that's basically in terms of that. Now, you want to start a new topic of this?
So what's our conclusion about opening like soda bottles?
Bottles or cans? Or
Bottles.
Many Ashkenazim would not open it. Soda bottles you can open.
But you have to finish it.
You don't have to finish it. It'll be better, but according to Rav Mordechai, you don't have to finish it. According to Rav Mordechai, you don't have to finish it.
Based on what? It sounded like he was saying it only
Because the bottle has been thrown away. Nobody saves those bottles.
So he has two different throws. One is that the fact that the pull tabs are considered open. The
Yes.
other one is we don't care if it's open or not. If it's a disposable
Yeah,
thing.
because the different svod has to do with petach yefe or petach lo yefe. Yes. Yeah.
So it depends on
But here in a bottle, it's different because the thing is the petach is already there. The petach is already there, so therefore, in a bottle will be like a can with a tap, because it's not completely whole. The regular cans are sealed from all sides, so that will be like chavit shlema. That will be like chavit shlema, and since I'm not going to make a kli, throw it away. But again, according to Maran, it seems a little bit difficult to do it. According to Maran, it seems a little difficult to do it. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes, Michael. Yes, David.
So according to Rav Mordechai, since you can leave it, we're saying you don't have to finish the whole thing. Once after Shabbat it's finished, can you refill it with water?
Yeah. However, you should know that many Ashkenazim would not do that. They would not do it. Okay. Any other questions?
What if you have a picture?
If I have what?
A picture.
A picture, yeah.
You're emptying it. For Ashkenazim, it will be a problem because you can't refill it.
The picture? A picture is fine. If, for example, let's say I'm making sangria, right? So I'm making sangria, I put the wine like this, and then I'm left with some sangria. First of all, I don't understand how anybody could leave some sangria. But that's a different case altogether. But you're not going to put it back into a bottle. Nobody puts it like this. What are we, Persians or something? Kamtzanim anachnu. Or Temanim. Nobody does that. אנחנו לא בבית הכנסת שם, שהם שמים מים ובארלס. You know what I mean. Right? So that's, we don't do it. Nobody fills it up again. Okay? Mula Avner, questions?
But people drink, like they say, water, big bottle. You want to save, you put from the water, how you put the machine,
Yeah.
the water,
Yeah.
you want to put your more. It's like clean, no? The bottle.
On Shabbat you put the bottle in.
No, you finish and after this you want
Want to put more water
more
to the
water
table.
put in. Is this like a clear or not?
Nah, not really. Those
What?
big bottles, blue bottles, are you talking about?
Not blue flowers.
Think about it. Take something like this.
Like this, to fill it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't fill up on Shabbat, put it in the refrigerator, you can't do it. Bichlal, altogether, because if you're going to, let's say for example, I have a bottle like this, regular bottle. And now I said, okay, I'm gonna use this bottle for fill it up with water, so someday I have water. There's a problem. You open it on Shabbat, you made it to a clear on Shabbat, where you're supposed to throw it, plus you also mechin the water from the day before, and you can't do it.
And after Shabbat you have to throw. The bottle you have to throw.
And throw the bottle and the water out after Shabbat.
Yes.
So, nowadays, if I open a can, let's say, of
Worms.
beans, but because I'm throwing away the can,
Yeah. Yeah. Make sure it's beans Israel.
And pickles would be the same.
Yeah. Yummy pickles. But again and again and again and again, to solve all this problem, I mean, it's good to know what you could do or what you cannot do. It's good to know. But the best thing to avoid any problem is simply to get everything open. Even if you open a little bit. I have some people who are very concerned about this thing. Let's say they're going to eat pickles on Shabbat. But they don't want the pickles for Friday. They want it in the morning. So before Shabbat, they'll open it a little bit. Once it's open a little bit, Shabbat they come, they rip it out. It's not a problem. They partially open it. Or they have bottles like this, a soda or whatever. So they just open the bottle, crack the thing, the seal, and then go like that.
No suffering.
Yeah, it's the best thing ever. Yeah.
We're saying we could use both the pull tab and the can opener.
But you have to throw away the cans. You can't use the cans, even to leave leftovers there for the thing. Better if you finish it or you transfer it. Yes, sir.
so if I open a bottle of beer and I don't finish the whole thing,
There's something wrong. If you don't finish a whole bottle of beer, something wrong with you.
but the halachically,
Halachically is a bal tashchit.
I'm not, I don't throw it out, I put it back in the fridge.
Why?
No, you want to drink after Shabbat. This is,
Open another one after Shabbat.
He doesn't want to drink all the beer.
I'm saying
Shatui.
the halachically,
No problem, no
since
problem.
I'm using it as a cleaner.
Yeah, no problem. You can open it. Yeah.
So now when it comes, based on everything we're saying, when it comes to opening corks for wine bottles, we're saying that
Yeah. Yeah. The problem with that is if you have on the wrapper with letters something, we get to mechatech, which is going to be the next thing. We'll talk to mechatech, and then we're going to talk about opening corks and bottles on Shabbat. Hopefully, we're going to finish this Be'ezrat Hashem, so we can start hopefully next. Thing that I put on the yeshiva thing. Huh? Nobody read one. Okay, Yoshua, you have it on your telephone?
It says to charge.
Please read it to us, Yoshua.